I want to introduce you to a new form of meditation and practice with Tai Chi. And what I have never learned before that Anne introduced me to is called silk coiling. So I'm going to let her take it from here.
Thank you, Thuy, and it's a pleasure to have Thuy in class with me. There are thousands of styles of Qigong, and the coiling silk practice is just one of those styles. So there are specific movements that you do that are called coiling silk Qigong forms or movements. But also, coiling silk is a skill that is recommended to weave into all of your Qigong practices pretty much. The idea is through that opening of the joints, through that smooth coiling action or circular motion, you're helping to relieve energetic knots. It also brings us closer to this idea of moving like the water, moving like the river, using that softness and strength to get in touch with our power. So instead of getting power through brute force and total effort and lots of hard work, the coiling silk practice allows us to release and unwind, and thereby unwinding and relieving the energetic knots, relieving and dismissing any of the any limitations that we would have to movement. It's a better way to train movement, to train strength, and that will translate into stress reduction, management of emotions and anxiety, as well as helping you physically. So I'll just demonstrate quickly a couple of movements. For coiling silk, you want to sort of check in with the kinetic chain from the ankle joints, supple, working up from there, the knees, the hips, spine, all the way up from the tailbone, between the shoulder blades, then the shoulders, elbows, wrists and fingers. You want to feel this expansion and release in the joints. I'll just do a couple of movements here to demonstrate coiling silk. So you want a nice rooted stance. I'm going to shift side to side, and this is simply called wave in. I'm going to take one hand. Sequencing is an important part of building our movement in Qigong, whether it's coiling silk or any other movement. So I'm going to shift the weight, wind at the waist, and that chain is then going to drive the arm to wave in. Shift the weight, wind at the waist, wave in. The feet are rooted to the ground to allow for the coiling action, the opening and the closing. Breathing is calm and rhythmic. The soft, slow, and smooth breathing complements the movement. Imagery of a ball, large or small, is also common in the practice. So I'm just going to pick up like a basketball ball here to line up the palms, and then with that same weight shift, I'm going to rotate the ball as I circle the arms.
So I invite you to try this right now as Anne's doing it, and do it with her. Feel the energy through your hands. Please don't compare that you don't look like her. Just feel the energy in your hands. Move the chi, grow the chi.
Now I'm going to reverse it and go the other way. Keep the wrists open and supple.
Play with this energy ball. When I do it, sometimes I see a color. Sometimes I see things spinning, and every time it's different. And yes, you do look as elegant as Anne does. Just feel the energy ball. Move that energy, let it flow through you.
I'm going to store the energy at the end of practice. We've moved it, we've harmonized the yin and yang chi, removed those energetic knots, and now at the start of your day you want that extra source of energy to help you through. So I'm storing in lower dantian. And then just a little shake out at the end of practice in case I've accumulated any stagnation. And that's a short little practice, although it's short and it's just one or two movements. If you do those one or two movements correctly and consistently, I guarantee you'll feel lots of nice benefits over time.
Yeah, we invite you just to watch this video again and do it with Anne while she's doing it, and give it a try for 7 to 10 days and see how the chi moves in you. Join our mailing list at soyuboutique.net for other fun adventures and tools and tips.